What is up, y'all? Um, I'm bringing you this video a little late in the day, but I've had a real busy day today, and I just wanted to get some things out of the way and then do this video. And all those things have been done, so here I am. um, I again just want to say thank you to the people who watch my videos, who feel that their videos are making a difference in their lives. Um, I know I don't do it perfectly. Um, I know it sometimes when I speak, it feels like I'm speaking in gaps. Um, but um, but I just appreciate the way that that positive feedback is coming back from my videos that I make, and I just want to thank you for that. And let's get right to it. Um, I saw a story this week. I read a story about a former NFL quarterback who um, he almost took his life, and no, he told a story about some things that had happened after he had retired and all that. And he tried to take his life, but he did. Um, what he did was he actually tried to take his life, but he survived. And now he told his story. You can go to yahoosports.com and check out the story of Eric Kramer. That's the guy who's the former NFL player Eric Kramer. But um, no, I've talked about how 2012 was my worst year, but I don't think I've really gone into detail. So I'm making a couple of parts. Um, Making a couple of parts about the 2012, which was the year from hell, in my high opinion. Um, and today I will be, or tonight rather, um, I will be talking about several things, but I'm just only, but in this video, I'm only going to be talking about two. Um, my employment, the the employment depression, and the relationship issues that led me to 2012, the year from hell. So let's flash back to 2004 first. I took a job at FedEx right after I graduated from high school, and they have day side and they had night side. I originally applied for nights, but they were in the middle of a hiring freeze. Nights were, and I accepted days, and I had to work and I had to work Saturdays and Sundays as well, and I missed um, I missed the weekend. I missed being I just missed the weekend. Missed being at church. You know, missed sleeping in on the weekends, and so after about maybe a year, on day side, I was able to switch to night side and get those automatic weekends off because um, you work nights. It's my Monday through Friday, no weekends, and that's the main reason why I switched because I wanted weekends off. And I also worked a second job, which I worked during the day, which was security. I worked security during the day. And the reason why I left FedEx, which was my first job, give you the I'm gonna give you the reasons why I left both. Um, the reason why I left FedEx was because number one, I was attempting to drive an 18 wheeler again. So that was half of the reason why I left, but that wasn't the primary reason. The primary reason why that I left was I was getting tired of the what can you say, atmosphere. The atmosphere around there, because it's a worldwide, because it's a worldwide, um, it's a worldwide hub, and so there's a lot of different areas out there, and there are um, thousands of people that work out there at night, and um, I had pretty much tolerated that environment for around 7, close to 8 years. I mostly tolerated that environment, but it was around midway through my 7th year there that I just couldn't, I just couldn't handle it no more. No, I just couldn't handle it no more. And there were times where it became so unbearable to go into work at night, that it was like a coat of uncomfortableness was covering me, and I felt it. And I felt it because it was like something was covering me. No, I felt it all throughout my body. It felt like a coat of uncomfortableness was hugging me, and I could not wait until the night ended so I could get the hell out of there, because it was just unbearable to come into work at night, and then my anxiety took over. Then my anxiety took over, and once my anxiety took over, um, you know, um, um, I didn't know how to pretty much stop it, um, and so once my anxiety took over, it made it twice as unbearable to come in, and so that's the main reason why I left, is because my depression began to take over, my anxiety began to take over, and it just became so uncomfortable and unbearable being around the thousands of people that worked out there. That was just so uncomfortable for me that that I don't regret leaving to this day. I had some really rough years after that. But I don't regret leaving. And and I am in a better place now in 2020 than I was when I left FedEx in 2012. Um, I also worked a second job in security, and that had become boring. And and plus everybody I worked with, it seemed like they were leaving. It seemed like they were leaving rapidly. They were leaving rapidly, and so when everybody I worked with started to leave, then I started to get depressed because they were gone, and like I said, it just became boring, and I was virtually depressed every time I walked in. I came in, nobody knew it, um, and I wanted to get out of there, so I left security, and that led to some decisions that when you have depression, when you're down and out, you just make some real iffy, questionable decisions that I'm going to get into next time. And failed relationships. When you're depressed and your brain is telling you that nobody loves you, and when you have nobody to tell you that you are loved, when you have nobody, no friends, family. I didn't tell my family, as you all know. I couldn't tell them because I consider it none of their business. Couldn't tell friends. I had no friends. Um, so when you have nobody to tell you, when you have nobody to tell you that you are loved, to have somebody that to put your arm around, you know, you start to feel unloved. But I kind of went about it in a different way. Let me tell you what I mean. I was so desperate, I guess you could say, to feel loved that I began looking for. I was desperate to be loved by anybody, I guess you could say. And an example of this, it was a young lady I met at FedEx while I was working at FedEx. It was back in 2006. And I had a crush on her, and one of my coworkers had a saying about this young lady that I met. He said he had a saying. He said every guy in the hub wanted her. Well, that's kind of not a good thing when every guy in the hub wants her. But anyway, I met her, and um, and I just talked about you when you're depressed, you make some iffy, questionable decisions. Um, I gave her large amounts of money. Yes, I did. I gave her large amounts of money. Um, Sometimes she asked for 200. I would say $200, and I would give her $200, and I guess you could say by me giving her money, she would eventually love. She would eventually love me, but didn't quite turn out that way. It did not turn out that way, and eventually I stopped giving her money, and this is just a way of me wanting to be loved so desperately. Um, I thought every woman I talked to, um, I thought every woman I talked to, I wanted to be with. Um, Looking back on it now, probably not. Or that's not the way it goes. Looking back on it, but like I said, I was just so desperate to be loved that I would almost literally do everything, anything to feel loved. I met my first girlfriend in 2010, I believe, and I knew nothing about being in a relationship, and I still had issues. I still had depression. I still had anxiety. I still thought about suicide. So much so that we were having a argument, and I actually took out a knife and I cut myself while we were arguing. Yep, I cut myself while we were arguing. Um, she didn't see me cut myself. We were actually arguing on the phone, and that's when I took a knife and cut myself. And and that relationship didn't last long. It was very, 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 very ugly, and it didn't. I didn't break it off with her the right way. I didn't break it off with her the right way, but but um, we we split up, and and I took what I learned from that and applied it to my current girlfriend, and we're doing a bit better, and we are doing good. Um, Yay, and so that's good. And after I broke up with her, I dated. I still had my depression, suicide, anxiety, thoughts of suicide. Um, I dated a couple of women. I dated this one lady who we were talking, and and So we actually met. We were supposed to go Riverside, but I might have told this story before. I don't think he got dead. But when we were headed to Riverside, it rained. It rained. I remember that day. The first day we met, it rained. It rained, and so we just kind of drove around, and she ended up getting a little sick. So I had to take her home, and again, me feeling desperate, me feeling me desperately wanting to feel loved. Um, um, we talked for a few more days, but we didn't talk for a good while after that, and so I ended up showing up to her house one night, which was a very stupid thing I did. Ended up showing up to her house one night, and this is just um, I knocked on her door, and she was like, "What are you doing here? What are you doing here?" And so I could tell she didn't want me there, so I just left. I just left, and so that was a dumb thing I did, and I regret, I regret that, and but like several months later, we actually ended up taking a trip to what they call Mud Island in Memphis, and we had a good time. We had a good time. Took some pictures. Took some pictures. All that. We had a great time, and and so and so me not me not understanding how certain things work. Um, I began thinking that we were actually together when we weren't, and um, I tagged her in a couple of Facebook posts, and after a few Facebook posts, she texted me and she asked me, "Why do you keep tagging me?" And she put me in my place, to say the least. Well, she didn't put me in my place. She let me know where me and her stood. That's what she did. And she asked me, "Did I hurt your feelings?" And I said no. And she was like, "Are you sure I did not hurt your feelings?" I said no. So I had to go through some growing pains. Um, some growing pains. And even when I met my current girlfriend, I still went through some growing pains. But but overall, I had become depressed at work. Um, my anxiety had taken over, and I was just so overcome with anxiety that I could not handle the environment of FedEx, and I was just so desperate to feel loved. I was just so desperate to feel love that I just wanted to be loved. That's all. When you have depression, when you deal with mental illness, you just want to be loved, and so failed relationships, um, employment oppression, that kind of led to a hellish 2012. No, this is just part one. I'm also going to bring you some other parts as well, and so I'm going to bring you more. And again, this is just part one, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching this video, and just let me say, if you have a mental illness and you ever feel like that you ever want to give up or quit, look up, get up, and don't ever give up. Thank you, and may God bless everyone who watches this video. Peace.